Chapter 341. The headquarters of Tianzhao Pavilion is located in the main city of Yinyu in the Yinyu continent. The teleportation array from the Heavenly War continent to the Yinyu continent is only available in the Heavenly War main city, so Yi Tian came to the Heavenly War main city first, and then applied to take a teleportation array from the Heavenly War continent and teleported to the Yinyu main city of the Silver Universe continent. The main city of Yinyu, the headquarters of Tianzhao Pavilion. Yi Tian came here, and when he stepped into the headquarters of Tianzhao Pavilion, he saw one Tianzhao. Several of them, he had seen them, but he didn't know the other Tianzhao. There are not many Tianzhao who come here. Although Yinyuxing has more than 300 Tianzhao, but the Tianzhao who can get together 500 points is a minority after all. At this time, with Yi Tian's words, there were only 32 Tianzhao in the headquarters of Tianzhao Pavilion. Yi Tian's arrival caused some Tianzhao's hostility. Under the shroud of good and evil talents, Yi Tian obviously sensed the hostility of some Tianzhao, and one of Tianzhao had the strongest hostility, as if he had an enmity with him. Thunder. Yi Tian's eyes vaguely looked at the most hostile Tianzhao, recognized the identity of the other party, and immediately frowned. He thought that he didn't have any hatred with Lei Mingtianzhao, but the hostility of the other party was so strong. He knew very well what such hostility meant, and if he had the chance, thundering Tianzhao would definitely attack him. HMPH, if you dare to attack me, you will definitely die. Yi Tian said secretly in his heart. As for the looming hostility of other Tianzhao, he knew the reason, probably because he didn't lend these guys points, but it was nothing. Their hostility was very weak, at most it was unpleasant. After waiting for more than half an hour, 10 more Tianzhao came. So far, the number of Tianzhao has reached 42. Among these 42 Tianzhao, Lei Ling Tianzhao is the strongest, because he is a 6-star Emperor-level Tianzhao, and he is also the only Emperor-level Tianzhao in Yinyu Star, ranking first in the Yinyu Star Tianzhao list, and his strength is extremely strong. For the first time, he approached a peerless Tianzhao at close range, and Yi Tian naturally wanted to see the other party's talent. The headquarters of Tianzhao Pavilion will suppress the copying talent, but Yi Tian's copying talent can still reach 200 meters, so he only needs to get 200 meters close to the opponent. Soon, Yi Tian checked the other party's talent. Human, Zhao Ling. Cultivation talent, no superior. Strength talent, God. Lightspeed talent, God level. Defense talent, God level. Light armor talent, mystery. Marksmanship talent, Dawn Sun. Overweight talent, God level. Healing talents, mystery paths. A series of talents made Yi Tian slightly surprised. Compared to the average Tianzhao, this peerless Tianzhao's talent was really powerful. And several of these talents are of interest to Yi Tian, such as the light armor talent, which is a talent that uses light to form a set of armor, which can increase defense, which is very good. God level overweight talent, this is almost an advanced version of gravity talent. It can form an incomparably terrifying gravity field, and it is also very useful. It can suppress the enemy's strength, even if Yi Tian's spatial confinement is not as good as the God-level overweight talent to a certain extent. After all, this peerless Tianzhao has broken the 17th physical limit, and the power of the God-level overweight talent is naturally very strong. There is also an arcane-level healing talent, which is also what Yi Tian needs. Yi Tian's current healing talent is still a pseudo-mystical level, and now he can copy the opponent's mystical level healing talent and raise his healing talent to the arcane level. Don't say a word. Yi Tian immediately copied this Lei Ling Tianzhao's mystery level light armor talent, God level overweight talent, and mystery level healing talent, making his talent foundation stronger. Time passed little by little, and another 2 hours passed, and a voice came. Everyone passed through the teleportation array on the second floor of Tianzhao Pavilion and came to the number 5 space fortress. As soon as the words fell, a famous Tianzhao entered a huge teleportation array on the second floor of the headquarters of the Tianzhao Pavilion. At one time, all Tianzhao were teleported away. The next moment, all the Tianzhao came to Space Fortress 5. Outside Yinyu Star, in the huge space square of Space Fortress 5, a huge space battleship is docked there. This space battleship is far beyond ordinary spaceships, and every piece of metal on it is not ordinary metal, but a very precious cosmic-grade alloy, which can withstand God-level attacks. Moreover, This space battleship is engraved with countless law patterns, and even a true god-level powerhouse is estimated to be unable to cause damage to this space battleship. Boom boom boom. Figures suddenly appeared in mid-air, overlooking the Tianzhao below. True god. Yi Tian's eyes condensed slightly, and he recognized the identities of these people. All of them were true god-level powerhouses, and it was estimated that they were not ordinary true gods. There are a total of 18 true gods who have come this time. Suddenly, the figures of the three great shores also appeared, and those true gods bent down one after another, showing great respect for these three people. It is clear that these three are more powerful beings. It is definitely in existence at the same level as the Qin Feng Giant City Lord, even stronger than the Qin Feng City Lord. Yi Tian speculated, "Let's go inside." The middle-aged man, one of the three giants, spoke. The hatch of the space battleship opened, and one by one Tianzhao flew in, and those true gods also entered the space battleship. The interior of the cabin, in a hall. The Tianzhao gathered here and discussed. That's when they talked about the three giants. Which of you thinks those three? Those three should be god-level powerhouses, but they are definitely not ordinary gods. Maybe they are extremely terrifying existences among the gods. He. I know one of them. He is the three city lords of the Yinyu continent, Yinyu main city, and he is also a senior of Tianzhao Pavilion. He is indeed a great god, but it is said that he is also extremely terrifying among the great gods, and the great god-level powerhouses killed in his hands are more than double digits. It turned out to be this one. It was really an incomparably terrifying existence, and the other two must be no worse at all. This time such three great gods were dispatched. Many Tianzhao were amazed at the strength of the three great gods. Yi Tian was also listening, and immediately understood the general identity and strength of the three of them. The great god is a level above the true god. And a sunrise-level cultivator can only become a god level. A non-superior cultivator can only become a true god, and a desolate-level cultivator can become a great god-level powerhouse. Yi Tian is now a Hong-level cultivator. If he keeps cultivating, he can even become an existence above the great god level, but it takes time. It is not so easy to cultivate from the emperor level to the great god. I don't know how many resources it will take during this period, and how many arduous roads it will take. Many martial artists have enough talent, but very few can really grow, so every great god deserves the respect and awe of countless emperors and gods. The city lord of Qin Feng Giant City is also a great god, but it is estimated that it is much weaker than these three great gods. After all, one of the great gods is the three city lords of Yinyu main city, and I don't know how much higher than the city lord of Qin Feng Giant City in terms of status. The three great gods and 18 true gods accompanied the team, which shows that this time Yinyuxing attaches great importance to the opportunity for the birth of the planet. The hatch closes, and the space battleship takes off. Soon, the space battleship left Yinyu Star and continued to shuttle through the starry sky of the universe, crossing one galaxy after another, and the speed was far faster than ordinary spaceships. Half an hour later, the voice of a true god came. All Tianzhao pay attention. The spacecraft is about to enter the space turbulence of the galaxy and the Moda River system. Because the technological level of the galaxy is not enough to shuttle through the river system, so it can only fly slowly through the space turbulence. According to the prediction, it will take about a month to pass through the space turbulence. And when shuttling in the space turbulence, there will be a lot of pressure to penetrate into the space battleship. You pay a little attention. Space turbulence? Yi Tian knew this ranking, but he didn't expect that there was a spatial turbulence between the river systems. No wonder he rarely heard of galaxies outside the river. It turned out that it was difficult for galaxies to travel between galaxies. Boom! The space battleship shook violently, which marked that the space battleship had entered the space turbulence. The next moment, a strong pressure hit, making many Tianzhao feel a little uncomfortable. Chapter 342. Although this pressure is very strong, it is nothing to the Tianzhao. But the average emperor level estimate cannot withstand such pressure. It can be seen that if the strength is not strong, even the river system will not be able to get out. A month is not a long time, but it is not a short time. It was naturally impossible for these Tianzhao to talk for a month, and soon these Tianzhao left the hall one by one. Each found a battleship cabin as their own cultivation room, and each of them retreated and cultivated. And Yi Tian also found a cabin, arranged a simple soundproofing and warning formation, and began to retreat. First of all, I fused the 3 talents that I copied before. An hour later, Yi Tian fused the God-level light armor talent, the God-level overweight talent, and the mystery-level healing talent. In the next time, Yi Tian comprehended the mysteries of space every day. Not only because he was in the turbulence of space, Yi Tian was assisted by the space divine gold, and the speed of comprehension was much faster than before. However, even so, Yi Tian didn't expect that he would be able to raise the 40% spatial mystery to the 50% spatial meaning. He just tried to comprehend his several spatial abilities a little more, so that he could be more handy. Other than that, Yi Tian also often comprehends palm and claw skills. And just like that, a month passed quickly. In the past month, Yi Tian's space compression, space shock, space ball, escape into space and other means have improved slightly, and the biggest improvement is the palm and palm skills. Now, his palm has grown to 2 into 3, and the legendary level Void Mi palm has been cultivated by him to the Dacheng realm. This day, suddenly, the space battleship shook again, and then the pressure in the darkness disappeared, and all Tianzhao suddenly felt a sense of relief. Everyone knew that the space battleship flew out of the space turbulence and entered the Moda River system. The Moda River system is a new birth river system located at the very edge of the universe, far smaller than the Milky Way, but the Moda River system is very rich in resources, and this time a new life planet was born. Such a big opportunity is not comparable to the Milky Way. Although the Milky Way is also close to the edge of the universe, it is a relatively complete galaxy, and it is almost impossible to give birth to new planets. After entering the Moda River system, the space battleship continued to shuttle to the galaxy occupied by the galaxy. About 10 minutes later, the spaceship arrived at its target. The destination has arrived. All the heavens are proud. The voice of the true God came. Click! The hatch of the space battleship opened, and a famous Tianzhao flew out and landed in the starry sky. At this time, all of them were near a sun, and not far from the sun was a huge whirlpool, and there was an unimaginable amount of vitality in this whirlpool. And in the whirlpool, there is still a star in gestation, and at this time the general outline of the planet has been seen, and the material on the planet is almost about to be born. It is clear that this planet is about to be born. Witnessing the birth of a planet, many days were stunned and kept staring at that whirlpool. That's when it happened. The 3 city lords of the Yinyu main city spoke. There are still about 10 days before the birth of this planet, so you can wait here. Yes, the heavens responded. Originally, Yi Tian and the others thought that the opportunity for the birth of this planet was occupied by Yinyuxing alone, and only the Tianzhao of Yinyuxing arrived, but they soon knew that they were wrong. Day 3. Rumble. The starry sky shook in the distance, and a golden battleship emerged from space. Then, 2 great gods appeared, bringing 2 peerless Tianzhao. Qingzhen Tianzhao. Wusheng Tianzhao's face showed hatred, and his eyes were fixed on one of the 2 Tianzhao. From the whispers of other Tianzhao, Yi Tian knew the origin of those 2 Tianzhao, namely Qingzhen Tianzhao and Minkong Tianzhao. These 2 Tianzhao are not the Tianzhao on Yinyu Xing, but they came here. Obviously, the big forces behind them made a deal with Yinyu Xing, and it is estimated that they paid a heavy price. Soon after, one of the other 8 main stars descended, and the number was not much. There were about 1 or 2 Tianzhao from one main star, but they were basically peerless Tianzhao or 5-star Tianzhao. In these Tianzhao's bodies, Yi Tian checked a Shiri-level palm talent and a Shiri-level sword talent, and copied these 2 talents one after another. Yi Tian is very concerned about the Shiri-level sword talent. If he can copy another Shiri-level sword talent, his sword talent can be transformed again. It's a pity that he searched around, but he didn't find the second Shiri-level sword talent. When the Tianzhao of the 9 main stars arrived, Yi Tian and the others thought that no one would come again. But at this moment, a loud laugh was heard. The old man isn't late, is he? As soon as he finished speaking, an old man came over with a young girl. This girl's cultivation is not high, she has only just stepped into the emperor level, but no one dares to underestimate her, just because the old man who brought her here is not simple. I've seen Yun Lao. One by one, the great gods bent down and said respectfully, "Who is this person?" Many Tianzhao were secretly surprised, and they became curious about the identity of this old man. These great gods are not ordinary great gods. Even the 3 city lords of Yinyu Star Yinyu City are very respectful to them, as if they are juniors. In the galaxy where strength is respected, the gods of all parties definitely do not respect each other because of each other's age. It is estimated that it is because of the strength of the other party. In other words, the other party is likely to be in existence above the great god. And the girl who can be personally sent by the existence above the great god, its identity is naturally not ordinary. It's estimated that it's the other party's apprentice or junior. The old man got closer and closer, and Yi Tian's heart became excited. This is the cosmic starry sky, and his copying talent has not been suppressed. It is enough to envelop the area of 10,000 miles. Once the old man enters his 10,000-mile range, he can check the other party's talent, and maybe he can copy a more awesome talent. It's close. It's getting closer. Finally, the old man stepped into the range of Yi Tian's thousands of miles. Check. Yi Tian urged to copy the talent and took a look at the old man's talent. Human, Yunshin. Cultivation talent, Hong level. Strength talent, God. Defense talent, God level. Escape talent, God level. Marksmanship talent, Sunrise level. Eye of Destruction talent, Arcane. Hong level cultivation talent. With the other party's talent, he can completely cultivate to the level of the great god, and the other party is old. His age must be very old, and his lifespan is not too much. So from this point of view, he has cultivated 100% to the realm above the great god level. Yi Tian thought. Without saying a word, Yi Tian immediately copied the other party's Hong level cultivation talent, and by the way, he also copied the other party's Eye of Destruction talent. Although the Eye of Destruction talent didn't help him much, in line with the principle of not wasting it, he naturally copied it if he copied it, and maybe it would be useful in the future. For the girl next to Yun Lao, Yi Tian also checked the other party's talent. Human, Yun Shi. Cultivation talent, Wilderness level. Strength talents, Arcanon. Defense talent, Arcane. Escape talent, Mystery. Swordsmanship talent, Dawn level. In terms of talent, this girl named Yunshi is also very talented. The reason why she does not have god-level talent is estimated to be that the cultivation time is short. If you use the planet birth relics this time, it is estimated that 1 or 2 god-level talents can be born. Yun Shi, Yun Chen, they are all surnamed Yun, and they are probably the descendants of this old man. Yi Tian said darkly. An emperor-level girl who had just broken through had obtained the qualification for the birth of the planet this time, and many Tianzhao frowned slightly, but they didn't say anything. The old man was so in awe of the great gods that they did not dare to talk nonsense, lest they arouse the anger of the old man, but no one could save them. Time passed slowly, and another 2 days passed. Bang! The vortex began to vibrate, and the planet violently absorbed countless vitality and cosmic particles, accelerating the speed of the planet's birth. Attention, everyone, this planet of life is about to be born. The voices of the god-level powerhouses resounded through the starry sky. Chapter 343. The planet is about to be born. Yi Tian's eyes stared at the whirlpool, observing this scene. I saw that the whirlpool retracted wildly, and the power of the shock spread, but the power of the shock was not strong. The Tianzhao could easily block it with just physical defense. Suddenly, the whirlpool disappeared completely, and a star sat quietly in the starry sky. At this time, the planetary world is very quiet. There is almost no life on it, but it is very vibrant. The key thing is that there is a lot of water on it, the air is clean after all, and the concentration of vitality is also very high. In such an environment, this one will soon give birth to some weak creatures and slowly evolve. It's just that it is estimated that it will take a long time from the birth of this planet to the birth of intelligent beings. Yi Tian and the others don't care about this, they care about this opportunity. The gift of the universe is about to be born. A great god spoke. As soon as the words fell, a ray of light emerged from the void, covering the entire planetary world. I saw that this planet was wrapped in a layer of light curtains. Various laws were born one by one, and the rules of the whole world were being shaped. In other words, the universe is transforming this planet of life. It's time for them to get inside the planet. A great god proposed. Good. The other gods nodded. At this time, a great god looked at Yun Lao. Yun Lao, according to what I said before, this time you will personally take action, bear the backlash of 50% of the universe, and use it to trade a place. Don't worry, the old man won't cheat. Yun Lao said. Whoa! One by one, great gods appeared outside the planet, and Yun Lao stood at the forefront. It is very simple for god-level powerhouses to destroy a planet, but this time what they have to do is to tear the barrier under the protection of the universe, send the Tianjiao into the interior of this planet, and use the time given by the universe to comprehend various mysteries, Tao and martial arts, etc. Which violates the rules of the universe, and naturally has to bear the backlash of the universe. If there was no cosmic backlash, any great god could easily tear apart the light curtain of a planet, and even emperor-level celestials could do it. Boom boom boom! Yun Lao and many great gods made a move. Suddenly, the starry sky changed color. Hiss! The light curtain of this planet was torn apart, and the rules of the universe began to impact the gods and Yun Lao's side. 50% of the power of the backlash was borne by Yun Lao alone, and although the other gods only endured a small part of the backlash power, they all turned pale. The power of the universe is not something that anyone can bear. The true God can't withstand the power of the backlash at all, and if he touches a little of the power of the back, he will fall and die. Only the great God level has the qualifications to withstand the power of the universe. Send them in, the great gods spoke. Before Yi Tian and the others could ask anything, one true god after another urged the power of the true god and threw a famous Tianjiao into the planet. By the time Yi Tian reacted, he was already standing above the sky inside the planet. Then, he saw the lines of rules in the sky, and the rules of the universe were all revealed on this planet. Yi Tian closed his eyes, felt it carefully, and clearly sensed the power of various rules. If he comprehended various mysteries in such an environment, he didn't know how many times faster. The power of time, space power. Yi Tian was pleasantly surprised. Among these many cosmic rules, he sensed the power of time and space, and it was very clear. Phew! A famous Tianjiao flew to all parts of the planet, opened up caves one after another, and prepared to retreat and cultivate in these caves. And Yi Tian also flew into a mountain peak and opened up a cave at random. Yi Tian didn't comprehend it for the first time, but fused the several talents that he had copied to his hand one by one. Hong-level cultivation talent, fusion success. The sun-level sword technique is heavenly, and the fusion is successful. Sunrise-level palm talent, successful fusion. Integrating these talents, Yi Tian began to comprehend. Others may comprehend the mysteries of speed, fire, wind, and thunder, but Yi Tian did not comprehend these mysteries. What he chose to comprehend was the mysteries of space. As for the meaning of time, he has not yet comprehended it, and he has no way to comprehend it, because only the top time talent is qualified to comprehend the meaning of time, and his time talent is still at the high talent level. Therefore, he can only comprehend the mysteries of space now. Time talent on, 10 times time acceleration. Top perception talent, 20 times perception on. Time talent and top-level comprehension talent, the two major talents are assisted, plus the assistance of the space god Gold. Yi Tian is in the opportunity of the birth of the planet again, feeling the gift of the universe, and the speed of comprehending the mysteries of space is unimaginable. As the days passed, Yi Tian became more and more aware of space. In the past, the reason why it was difficult for him to comprehend the mysteries of space was not only because of the problem of perception and time, but more importantly, because he had no reference and did not know how to move forward, so it was difficult for him to comprehend. But now, the rules of the universe are manifested, and he has a reference, so it is naturally not difficult to comprehend. A month later, Yi Tian's spatial mysteries finally improved by 1%, from 40% of the spatial mysteries to 50% of the spatial mysteries. Subsequently, Yi Tian developed the new ability of the 50% pseudo-mystical space talent, Space Barrier. The spatial barrier is a means of defense against enemy attacks and can be used over a wide area. With the development of this new method, Yi Tian's life-saving ability has increased greatly, and because his spatial talent has reached the 50% pseudo-mystical level, various spatial abilities have risen sharply. So Yi Tian's strength has also increased greatly. According to Yi Tian's estimation, he barely stepped into the 5-star Tianjiao level. Then, Yi Tian continued to comprehend the mysteries of space. Extraplanetary. The great gods and Yun Lao are recovering from the injuries caused by the backlash, chatting while healing. Elder Yun, how long do you think this gift from the universe can last? A great god asked. Yun Lao secretly deduced and said, according to my estimate, it should be able to last for a year. This life planet is currently only a medium life planet, and it is impossible for the universe to give it more than a year and a half at most. And this time we have sent a lot of emperor-level people into it, which has affected the universe to bestow, and it is estimated that the time will be sharply reduced to 1 year. The other gods nodded their heads one after another, and this time was about the same time as they had estimated. A year is also a big opportunity for these Tianzhao. If you are lucky, it is enough to give birth to 1 or 2 god-level talents, and some peerless Tianzhao who specialize in cultivating martial arts is enough to cultivate a god-level martial art to the consummation level, and even have a certain chance to practice super god-level martial arts. In short, everyone is able to make great progress these days. And what these gods are most looking forward to is the promotion of 6-star Tianzhao to 7-star Tianzhao, and the promotion of 5-star Tianzhao to 6-star peerless Tianzhao. Flash. Half a year has passed. At this time, Yi Tian had already comprehended the mysteries of space to the realm of 60%, and had developed a space means, space collapse. He can use his spatial talent to directly cause the spatial collapse of an area, and those who are not strong will be sucked into the spatial turbulence and die directly. This ability is very terrifying, even if a person who is stronger than Yi Tian, once he is in the space collapse and is sucked into the space turbulence, it is very likely that he will not be able to come out, resulting in death in the space turbulence. The mysteries of space have been increased to 60%, and Yi Tian's strength is also at the top 5-star Tianzhao level, which is not far from the peerless Tianzhao level. However, Yi Tian was not ready to continue to comprehend the mysteries of space, because he felt that if he continued to comprehend, he would not be able to raise his spatial talent to the level of 70% pseudo-mysteries by the end of the universe. Therefore, he was ready to comprehend the path of the sword, the path of the claw, and the path of the palm. Chapter 344. Presently, Yi Tian's Dao realm is 4x5, the claw realm is 3x6, and the palm realm is 2x3. The sword realm is the highest. Once the sword realm is raised to the realm of 50%, he can cultivate the ghost knife to the consummation realm. If it is more than 50%, then he can try to cultivate the super god level sword technique. Although Yi Tian does not have a super god level sword skill now, it is not impossible to obtain it, so he must not give up the comprehension of the sword path. The second most important thing is the palm path. The palm path has a direct inheritance of super god level palm skills, so it is more important than the claw path. Yi Tian would rather give up the claw path than give up the way of the master. But in the end, it is the first to comprehend the palm or the sword first. Yi Tian fell into hesitation. A few minutes later, first comprehend the palm of the road, and see if you can comprehend the palm of the way to the realm of 50%. Yi Tian decided. The reason why he decided to cultivate the palm path was because the palm Dao had a super god level palm level, and once he cultivated the palm Dao to the 50% realm, he could immediately cultivate the super god level void palm. As for the super god level sword technique, he doesn't have it yet. Even if he cultivates the sword path to more than 50%, he can't cultivate the super god level sword skill in a short period of time, and the improvement of his strength has not increased significantly. Enlightenment palm. Yi Tian cultivated hard. In the environment given by the universe, the cultivation speed was very fast, and every day that passed, Yi Tian's Dao improved a little. 2x4, 20x5, 20x6. Such a speed of progress was unimaginable before. But in the opportunity of the birth of the planet, Yi Tian really felt what is called crazy ascension. Of course, this is fortunate because Yi Tian has 10 times the time talent, as well as the assistance of the top comprehension talent and some strange things that improve the comprehension. Others may have the supreme treasure that can improve the comprehension, but they are definitely not as perverted as him. A month passed, and Yi Tian's palm was raised to the realm of 40%. 2 months have passed, and Yi Tian's palm has been raised to the realm of 40x5. 3 months have passed, and Yi Tian's palm has been raised to the realm of 40x9. 3.5 months have passed, and Yi Tian's palm has been raised to the realm of 50%. The palm path has been raised to the 50% realm, which means that Yi Tian can cultivate the god-level void palm to the consummation realm. Yi Tian was not satisfied with the 51 realm. He had the talent of the Shi-Ri level palm technique, so he could continue to raise the palm path to the 50-in-1 realm, and once he reached the 5-in-1 realm, he could cultivate the super god-level void palm. In fact, a super god-level palm technique, without a realm of more than 50-into-5, it is difficult to get started. But the super god-level void palm is a palm technique involving space. Yi Tian only needs to reach the 50-in-1 realm to cultivate, and it is enough to cultivate it to the entry level. It took another half a month, and Yi Tian finally raised the palm to the realm of 50-into-1. Don't be in a hurry to cultivate the super god-level void palm first. Seize the time to comprehend the sword path. Yi Tian also wanted to comprehend the Tao of the sword to more than 50% of the realm, so he couldn't waste a little time. As for the super god-level palm technique, it is not too late to return to Yinyexing to cultivate again. Yi Tian urged the Shiri level sword talent and began to comprehend the sword path. Perhaps because of the fusion of a Shi-Ri level sword talent, Yi Tian's sword talent was much more powerful than before, and the speed of comprehending the sword path was naturally accelerated. 40-into-6 sword realm. 40-into-7 sword realm. 40-into-8 sword realm. Yi Tian tried his best to comprehend the Tao of the Tao, and he just wanted to try his best to comprehend the Tao of the Tao to the realm of 50% or above. A month passed. Yi Tian's Tao realm has been raised to 4% 9, which is not very far from 50%. Keep up the enlightenment, but in the dark, he felt that the gift of the universe was coming to an end, so he was a little urgent. 10 days have passed. 11 days have passed. On the 13th day, Yi Tian finally raised the Tao realm to the 50% realm. Originally, Yi Tian wanted to continue to improve the Tao realm to the Yicheng realm, but after only 2 days of comprehension, the regular lines on this planet slowly disappeared, and the entire planet gradually became ordinary. Meanwhile, sighs, curses, and angry voices rang from all over the planet. I'm about to fuse into a god-level talent, and I ended the universe at this time. I'm not reconciled. Oh, Nima, the universe can't give you more time. I knew that it would be just such a little time. I would go to understand something else. Almost most of Tianzhao are complaining, but a small number of Tianzhao have met their expectations, so they all showed joy, not the slightest disappointment, at most a little pity. And Yi Tian was also very satisfied with this opportunity. The realm of the Tao of the sword has reached 50%, and the Tao of the palm has reached 50% of one. Who can achieve such progress? No one can reach it. When I go back and practice the super god level void palm, the god level sword technique ghost sword refining perfection realm, my strength should be enough to step into the emperor level and become a peerless Tianzhao. As soon as he thought of the emperor level combat power and the title of peerless Tianzhao, Yi Tian was very much looking forward to it in his heart. Phew, a famous Tianzhao flew out of the planet. There is no planet given by the universe, it is just an ordinary life planet, and it can't stop many Tianzhao at all. In the blink of an eye, the celestials flew into the starry sky. And Yi Tian used the copying talent to envelop the audience, and soon found that some Tianzhao had given birth to a god-level talent, which was a god-level talent that he didn't have before. But the biggest improvement is undoubtedly that Yan Shi, who didn't have any god-level talents before, but now he has 3 god-level talents at once, which is really shocking. It seems that this Yan Shi has a treasure that can quickly improve her comprehension, otherwise there is no way to use this opportunity to give birth to 3 god-level talents, and she will become proud in the future. Yi Tian said darkly. The celestials flew into the starry sky, and then they separated and returned to their own team. Yun Lao left with Yun Shi and soon disappeared, while the other great gods also left with the peerless Tianzhao or Tianzhao. Get on the battleship and go back. The 3 city lords of the Yinyu main city gave an order, and the Tianzhao flew into the space battleship. Soon after, the space battleship was launched and flew away. As for this newly born planet, no one cares. Its true value has only been born for a year, and after a year, it is worthless at all. And even any Tianzhao will not care about a living planet, let alone those true gods and great gods. More than a month later, the space battleship returned to the galaxy Yinyu star. One by one, Tianzhao got off the space battleship, returned to Yinyu city in the teleportation array, and then left separately. Yi Tian also returned to Qinfeng Giant City not long after, and immediately entered the retreat again. In this retreat, he was going to start cultivating the God-level sword technique Ghost Knife and the super God-level palm-level Void Palm. In the blink of an eye, it was 10 days later. This day, Yi Tian entered the independent cultivation ground of the virtual world of Tianzhao Pavilion. In the starry sky training ground, Yi Tian stood in front of an ordinary star. This was not a living planet, but the most common uninhabited planet in the universe. He pulled out a knife. Ghost Knife. Silently, a ray of light streaked across the star. In an instant, the star turned in half and exploded. Ghost Knife. It's complete. Yi Tian smiled slightly, but at this time, he still felt that he was still a little short of the Emperor level, and he only needed to make a little progress to step into the Emperor level. Start cultivating the Super God level Void Palm, Yi Tian muttered. In the next month, Yi Tian cultivated the Void Palm with all his might, and he cultivated the legendary level Void Palm and the God level Void Palm to the consummation realm one by one, laying the foundation of the Void Palm inheritance extremely stable, and only then did he begin to involve the Super God level Void Palm. Since his Palm realm was a little lower after all, it was only 50 into one realm. Even if he could cultivate the Super God level Void Palm, his progress was not very fast. It took 2 months for Yi Tiankai to finally practice the Super God Void Palm to the entry level. And at the moment when the Super God level Void Mi Palm entered, he broke the bottleneck and stepped into the Emperor level Peerless Tianzhao level.